Hi, my name is Robin Davis, and I'm the creator of Personal Revolt. I'm coming to you to talk to you about Personal Revolt Reboot Camp 2.0. I've just wrapped up my first reboot camp. It was beta. I'd call this still beta. This was the first one, and I was prompted to share it because I think we're all going through a lot of stuff right now. And this is a 7-day system, a very simple 7-day system and practice that came to me a few years ago. And in the last year and a half, I've gone through some tremendous, it's probably the worst year of my life. And I've used this system to get through that. I've also used this system in practice. It's like daily themes to tune in, clear your signal, turn on, and save the planet. I call it save the planet. Sometimes it's just saving yourself, which is saving the planet, right? This is something that I do week after week. And there's certain themes. I noticed certain energies in certain days. You can see the other videos on this page for a deeper explanation of that. What I want to talk to you about right now is about the new reboot camp that I'm about to launch again. I wasn't sure I was going to do it again, if I was going to take a break and focus on some other things. I'm rebuilding my life right now, and I'm using these tools. I use these tools to recover from some pretty major stuff. And I just wrapped up the first reboot camp, the beta, with a small group of folks, and it was incredible. It was incredible. I learned a whole lot from it. It did what my intention was, which was to use this practice to help myself to recover from trauma and from stress, extended periods of stress and trauma. And get restarted. When I started it 6 weeks ago, and even sometimes in between, there are days I didn't want to get out of bed still. These energy changes that are happening with, you call it the shift, ascension, whatever you want to call it, it's happening. Anybody who's watching this, anybody who's attracted to me, anybody who's attracted to this message or my videos or anything like that, we can just say that this is happening, and we know it's happening. And it's no joke. And there are a ton of people who have completely, their lives have been blown apart, or they want to blow them apart because it's so uncomfortable. It's not working for them anymore. This paradigm isn't working for them anymore. Their system, the way they're operating, their bad habits, whatever, isn't working anymore, right? And we need to change it, and we need structure, and we need support, and we need each other, and that's what Reboot Camp is about. It is 6 weeks of using this 7-day practice. Again, you can learn some more about it on the other videos on the Reboot Camp page. I want to talk about this next Reboot Camp. Primarily what it turned out to be is it's me broadcasting every day, like a mini reality show of me using this system. There's a theme every day. I give you little pieces of information on a secret Facebook page. I broadcast live in that secret Facebook page every day. Everybody gets a daily text of what the theme, and sort of like a little assignment, but it's more modular and small pieces that you can use. I like people to go in, and I go in with the intention of doing that theme that day, but you will find, and this is why it works for me, and this is why I designed it this way, that it ebbs and flows. Some days you're really going to clear your signal on Wash Up Wednesday, which is one of the days, and Mindful Monday. There are certain days that I do them, and I really count on them, that are very powerful. But some days there's just a lot going on in your life, and you're not going to be able to really super delve into it or focus on it. There are no big hour-long assignments. There are none of this. This is all like bite-sized, digestible content and themes and things you can do. It's subtle. It's every week, 6 weeks. Monday there's a theme. Tuesday there's a theme. Wednesday there's a theme. And it follows the energy and the rhythms of the week. It does. And that's how I developed it, and what I saw overall, the patterns and the energy flowing of the week. And you shampoo, rinse, and repeat. And it helps you stay balanced. It's all about balance, and we've got to stay in balance if we're gonna, stay upright and be okay. And with all of these energies come in, we talk about body, mind, and spirit. It balances all of these things. There are 6 weeks, and there's an umbrella theme for each week that also covers this tuning in process, the clearing the signal process, the turning on process, and the saving the planet, which is about being of service in small ways and big ways, or whatever your mission is, or if your mission is just to cook soup for your neighbor because she needs it because she's sick. That's awesome too. But I'm about to launch another one. I didn't know if I was going to, and a few of us from the Reboot Camp, when we did it together, we didn't want it to end. I'm not going to do the same thing that I did this last time. I learned a lot with this, but I found toward the end of it, it's very practical. There are helpful tips for getting stuff done. There are helpful tips for spirit, for yoga, for body, for cleansing, mentally and physically. And you can take from it what you want. And like I said, it's digestible. But what I am finding too is that just the people that are attracted to this, and that we all have some magical powers-ish, and everybody's waking up and they're finding that they have these gifts, and they're seeing things and noticing things. And I've spent a lot of years studying the patterns and the signs and the symbols and modalities, and I'm interested in other people's modalities of how they receive and how they discern, and I'm going to spend some time on that. In addition to the 7 daily practices, we're going to also incorporate specifically modalities and methods for tuning in and turning on and clearing your signal. But we're going to look at different modalities, and I'm actually going to talk to a few different people and share that with you, have them share as guests. 3 times we're going to have 3 guests, and we're going to do 3 Zoom calls, and then there's going to be a daily live broadcast by me, which if you ask anybody in the Reboot Camp, the tuition is worth just the little mini show that I do. It's vulnerable, it's real, it's me, it's really me going through this shit on good days and bad. I've broadcast in the morning, no makeup, crying in my bed. I have done it taking a walk and being really super silly, or here in the workshop or whatever, but I do it every day. Some days I would do a static one. If you're there, it's also all over the place. I had people from all over the world, so we had different time zones, and sometimes I would channel through things to share, and for myself as well as everybody in the group, and just talk about things. Sometimes people were there, sometimes they watched it later. Sometimes I would come on with no notice. Sometimes I would make an announcement and text it to everyone. But I worked with the rhythms, I worked with spirit, I worked with, in a way that we could all just kind of use it when we could use it, and that it was authentic, and that it was as I was going through it. And I think it's been very valuable for everybody that's been involved. And I think that if you are going through some stuff, I think the next couple of months are going to be pretty intense with the eclipse and the equinox. And you may need some structure, you may need some form, you may want to hone your skills on these new things that are happening to you, or you have these intuitive gifts or whatever, but you're not sure exactly how to use them. You want some tips and tricks, or just some guidance through these days, through these crazy days that we're having, and as we grow together, and you have some goals that you want to reach, or just some structure that you want to create. All of this is available in Reboot Camp. I think that if you are looking for some people to share your experience with, for support, if you're looking for some structure, if you're looking for some laughs, if you are a seeker who is ready to turn on, who is ready to really focus and tune in and go to the next level, then I think that you should join us. I have a couple campers, probably 3 of them are going to come again and do our camp again because it was so good and they're just learning the rhythms again, and we kind of don't want to leave each other. So there's that. So yeah, that's what's happening in 2.0. This is, again, still a work in progress, and it's magnificent, and you'll know if you should come and trust yourself and your inner guidance. And I would love to have you. It starts on July 30th, and which is coming up, just about 11 days. So we're going to go over that, and I'm over and out. Thank you. Hope to see you in camp.